Hey everybody, Giant Skyhawk here, back with the video. I know I'm not around too much these days, but a couple weeks ago, maybe a monthish ago, uh, this came to my attention, and as somebody who has loved Dinosaur pretty much all his life, uh, this is just incredible. I have with me two wonderful guests from the Dinosaur Discord, Tengu and ReversaL. These two, probably over the past insane amount of time, have been responsible for some of the most nonsense that has come from the Dino Discord. So I'm going to have them introduce themselves and then have them explain what you are seeing before you. So Tengu, you want to start?
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Tengu. I'm just an average Yu-Gi-Oh player. I've been around in the Dino Discord for more than a year now. Just hang around talking and just like theory crafting decks.
Yep, I will say the Dino Discord tends to be kind of a meeting ground for the crazy combo minds. And we also have ReversaL here. Would you like to introduce yourself?
What's up? I'm ReversaL, fellow Dino enjoyer.
That's all you got?
About it. Yeah, I'm
I will
just.
say ReversaL I think has been around longer than probably either of us two. I'm pretty sure you were in the Dino Discord before I was.
I don't think so.
It's something maybe it was close to the same time, but either way,
It was around like two years, 2.5 years ago, maybe, when I started playing again. Because I stopped in like 2007, so
got it.
I
Okay.
just came back somewhat recently.
Close to the same time.
I picked up Dino like a year ago. I pick it back up like a year. Like I play Chuking Dino, right? And like in the heyday,
Right.
the day when you play like 6 bricks.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh god. And then I play like just play casually and I play Trickstar. And then I just stopped playing in the Gambler format because oh god.
Got it. Well, through all that history, you have landed on something very spicy. This is Mathmech Dinosaur. For those of you who have not seen this before, which I imagine are probably most of you, you might be wondering a few questions that I was also wondering at the time, which is why? So, Tengu, could you please explain how you came up with this?
Okay, so one day in April, right? It's like an afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
A resident Dino Discord user called Gimlian, right?
Oh, Gimelon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
post,
Yep.
he posts this in the he posts that in the Tech and Theory channel.
Okay, hold on. I need to pull up this. Image.
Kind of scared to see this.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Yeah.
let me preface this.
Okay.
I kindly tell him to just why are you doing this? Oh god, this is so bad. And it's like okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that's my
this
boy and all,
Mathmech
but
stuff. Okay, but like okay, so this Mathmech stuff is pretty cool. Let me see if I can do anything with it. So I did work on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I end up with this. Okay, yeah. Here's like the first iteration of it.
Okay, I'll pull this up. Okay, yep. So
Okay,
this is
it
the
looks a
history.
lot more. It looks very clean, right? So basically, the thing about Mathmech is that circular is really good.
No
Like
kidding.
yeah.
Okay, so like I compare circular with Fusion Destiny. It's
Okay.
like one of those cards like you just hold, right? You just hold on your hand. When you can't play anymore, you slap it down and you keep playing. Or like you just use it on your hand and it's like enhance your what? So that's about circular. So okay, so I think circular is really good. And circular with Dino, I believe it's like 4 extra level 4 body. It's like 4. So like the original N-word was like Baron, Savage, UCT, and Hit Soul. It's like pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like pretty good. But like it's like okay. It's better than
And you
Scrap.
realize Dark Ruler No
Yeah.
More is a card.
Mm.
We
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to
like, okay.
solve that problem.
Dragon is a card. So it's like wow.
That-
And I see no one really care about it.
I will say, Dark Ruler has actually been a pretty consistent problem for going first Dinosaur.
Oh
And I
yeah.
know that there were old builds that used Alimbertion to add like Imperial Order because
Search it a
that's
Yeah.
floodgate,
how desperate we were, right?
which we can still
Okay,
do
so
in
like,
this, by the way, if you want to. But
Right.
it's
Yeah.
not really worth it.
oh,
But
we will talk
you
about
can
that.
do
We
it.
will talk about that.
Right.
It
Not
is an
yet.
auto win
But
versus some deck.
Tengu, you've come up
Okay,
with a
so
way to
like,
use Alimbertion a little differently.
okay, so one day in like let's say like a month ago, like literally a month ago, like the middle of like July,
Hmm.
ReversaL was like, okay, so like just like a real question, like what do you think about like Mathmech Dino? Is it better than poor math? I was like, yeah, I think it's better than poor math. Like, can you like put factorial in it? I was like, why not? And then
Yeah.
I put factorial in it.
Because
And
I was
this
gonna
is
play
one,
pure math, and then I was,
yeah,
you know,
this is like the one of the first iteration of the build.
Oh, okay. We got another one. Let me pull this up here for the people to see.
It's kind of a long history.
Right. Got another prototype.
Yeah, this is one of the first prototype.
Man,
As
it's
you can see, we
crazy
still
to
have
see the changes. Yeah.
it's so. We'll talk about that. Link Spider and Splash Mage, which is okay. It ends on like Savage Fact, UCT and Hitsol, which is pretty decent, but not that great.
Hmm.
And then okay, and like one day like when I was working on I believe it was the Baron build, right? No, it was the Arclight build. Okay, so there's like a thought in my head. Okay, this build need an extra Link 1 Cybers that can just remove the body for the combo purposes, right? I was using Linguri Ball, which worked. It's like, why? Alembertian Tribute. And that's a really, really stupid card called Link Devotee. You can just tribute it and you get 2 bodies. And we end up with this build. Yeah,
This
Devotee changed this build so much because, like, especially like the Lost World lines were a lot worse before that card was in the mix.
This is so,
oh god, Devotee is so good.
this is so
Yeah,
funny
This
to
card
me.
is so good.
Like,
And
so
that card's
we don't even
crazy.
summon anything like Link 3, right?
right. This is so funny because when you see Link Devotee, you almost always see Link Disciple, right? And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, we're doing like the combo. But like Link Devotee by itself is seizure inducing. Like, what you look at this and you're like, what is this card doing here?
Okay, so when I do this combo, I get like a flashback to what was the card again?
Link Cross.
Yeah, oh god, I got Link Cross flashback.
Right.
Remember Link Cross?
Yes, I
Yes,
remember.
you
Cross.
get like 2 tokens and just, oh god.
God, of course.
Like
I
to
remember
forget
Link
Link
Cross.
Cross, but he's back.
ReversaL and I had very different reactions to Link Cross.
Yeah.
All right, I think.
Okay, so like within 2 weeks,
ahead.
we just like financing the build, like just
Mm-hmm.
switching card in, building more combo, and just play to this hand trap, play to that hand trap.
Yep.
And Elf is a card. I will say this: Elf is very underrated.
Hmm.
It's like so underrated. Like people don't realize like how broken it is. Like it's an extender, it's a recovery, it's a protection, all in one. And you made it so easily, right? It's either a Link 2 or you just like you just use your like leftover Link 2, right? And you're like Hawk, which is like doesn't do anything, or like just like Link 2 you just use in combo to like extend and then it doesn't have it. Just slap an elf on and just get a protection, like just get a revive or just making access code next turn or something, right?
Yeah. Okay, so
elf is like insane.
I think with how the conversation is going here, it might be. I'm thinking this is kind of off the top of my head. I think it might be more useful to show the people exactly what the combo looks like before we get into the nitty-gritty of the list, because I think people looking at this will just have no clue. So I'm gonna open up a combo.
Yeah. So
and then
let's look at the 2-card Baron, right?
Yeah.
Or do you want to look at?
Yeah, I'll pull up the 2-card Baron combo here.
Oh, it's so big brain, like god damn.
That's the thing. When I first saw these, I forgot that DB has those now.
Okay, let us spoil anything, right?
Yeah. So, we'll just. Oh, I love that this hand is just combo too, which is funny. All right, so this looks familiar to the people from here, so I'll keep moving. It's this the Dino combo stuff. Now, what is interesting is
like,
I know you were. I think something that's mentioned in the combo. It does actually matter the OV revive here.
no, it matters for the Arclight build.
Yeah, in the Arclight build, for certain
Oh,
lines, you
God.
had to bring back an Archosaur off OV, which
Oh,
goes
God.
against everything your Dino Brain will think of ever.
Right. Okay. So for Barone, it
Like,
doesn't
when-
matter.
Yeah,
No.
it doesn't matter.
Right. Okay.
So this is, standard.
Right.
This is where you get into the math.
Okay, this is where things get stopped being standard.
All right. So
This is where the synergy is.
here's
So it's
Alan
not
Berger.
just
Berger.
random math card thrown in.
One of the best cards ever printed.
Yep. This card is nuts. All right. So
Generic rank 4 that can search you an extender. Sure.
why did they make this card generic? I could not tell you. But here we are.
For this moment right here.
Yep.
Oh yeah, read the whole card by the way. It come up. The
Yeah.
whole card come up.
Mm-hmm. It's easy to get.
All the three effects. All three effects by the way.
That the 3 material one comes up in a very specific combo, which is hilarious, where you search miss.
Good.
Yeah,
That's so
okay.
good.
Let's
Anyway,
not spoil
that's-
that, but we submitted that.
So
Yeah, we'll get to that.
so we're adding circular, which I think probably makes a lot of sense. This is where things start to get like
Okay.
very strange,
So,
right?
so let's talk about circular a little bit. Okay, this card is stupid for people who doesn't know. It's like a free summon, like the cost that you have to send a
Stands for
Mathmech from
cost.
your deck into a grave. Cost, right? It's technically a cost. Just like how Tengu technically have a cost.
Right. Yeah.
And you just summon it from your hand, just send a Mathmech from your deck. And if a Mathmech normal or special summon on the field, you get to search a Mathmech spell and trap. And both of them come up. Okay.
All right. So we've added circular, which makes pretty good sense. So Archosaur into Linkuriboh. I think people probably
Yeah.
saw this coming. And
And then you summon circular.
so here we do the circular. Okay. So then I assume this is this is Alan Bershin, for those who don't know. This is
No.
oh wait.
It's to make Link devotee.
This is
Oh,
the
I
link
forgot
one.
about this. Yep. We're making because this is what we tribute. This is this like anybody looking at this from like 2 years ago in Dino combos, this would be like incomprehensible to them. They would be like, "What are we doing?" This interaction is so sick though. So check out what happens to the board. So Alan Bershin effect tribute the devotee to go special summon the circular back, and then devotee it makes 2 tokens. It's Link Cross.
Okay.
Okay, so what really cool about the Cybers, like the Mathmech Dino combo, is that one is really intricate, and you use like every effect from your card, like literally every single one of them. You see, even the Linkuriboh revive effect is being used.
Yep.
Is that funny?
There's one effect that doesn't get used that I think people overlook when they see this list, and that's Sigma. They just see
Oh,
Sigma and
God.
assume we're getting locked.
Yeah.
But we don't get Cyber's locked at any point.
I
Unless
have
you're doing the 1-card circular combo, you're not getting locked by that card.
That is a great thing to bring up. I have had a lot of people ask me, like if I talk to them about this. There's a Mathmech guy at my locals I've been working with. He's been trying this stuff out, and when I explained that we didn't use Sigma effect, he was like, "What are you talking about? Of course we're using Sigma effect." So you guys are not ready for this combo gets even stupider. So let's keep rolling.
Okay, we
Literally
so
only use that
technically
in
we
one
did use
line, that's
Sigma
it.
effect. Yeah, but it's in one line. only.
Right. Yep. Okay. So
Circular by itself. That's it.
here's Cyber's Wicked. Again, we're summoning this in Dinosaur. Why? Who knows?
This is where I was getting stuck when I was freestyling it, like without looking at the combos, trying to like figure it out on my own.
Yeah.
And this, like, I was like, how do I trigger this? I'm like,
Oh,
these
Linkuriboh
things
has
are
an
level
effect.
1, and Linkuriboh.
Yeah, this was where I was stuck too. I saw this and I paused it. I was like,
Yeah,
"Where?"
because that was
Okay, so let me say this: if the token was level 2, it's not gonna work.
Yep. All of the stars
it was-
like legit aligned for this.
Oh, everything lined up, like all the star.
Okay.
like
It's so
that's
funny.
something I would recommend too to people. Like, you could like look at the combos to like see how it works, but try to like work it out on your own to get a better feel for it, because it's a very non-linear deck compared to what we're used to.
Very agree.
And you can probably like do everything I did in a week for like an hour. Really.
Yeah,
It's
thank
really
you.
streamlined now.
There will be a guide in the
Okay.
description for this that Tengu and ReversaL have made.
There's like a 5 pages of go for it, figure it out, just combos, everything.
All right, so
So,
Wicked Banish Devotee for diameter. So you're thinking, wait, we've already used our normal summon. How are we doing this? Get ready.
Yeah. When I saw this card, I'm like, what the hell are you doing, dude?
Yep. Here's Code Talker Inverted. Tengu, could you
What
tell
does
the
this
people
card
what
even
this
do?
card does?
Okay, it does a very, very, very small thing. It summons cybers from your hand. And this card is very important to, because it's an extender that you search and just summon for free. And you have 4/4/2 on the board.
Very ridiculous. So this is how you get the diameter set up. Go through here.
Okay, but I think pause a little
In
bit.
this replay, like that's where you search super factorial.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
Do it
I
at
forgot
that point.
it.
But
So
he adds it at the end. He says it, but
yeah. So pretend. So there, when the diameter is special summoned, that's when you can trigger the circular effect. To search super factorial. So that'll get added at the end of this. So we'll get to it later.
Okay, we'll look at the factorial later.
Yeah.
It's kind of important.
And then for some godforsaken reason, for Mathmech reasons, diameter is a tuner. 2 + 4 + 4 is 10, and that makes Baron de Fleur.
good card.
Pretty good card.
This is where things get really stupid.
Yep. All right. So we're using.
Okay.
Oh,
no one expect this.
Yeah. So
no one expecting this.
You go into the best card from Power of the Elements. Right out.
This card is broken. And this card is like generically busted too. It's not even like sprite busted. It's just bonkers.
This card is broken on our turn and their turn.
Yep. So here we'll use the elf here to revive POTE. Does it and
Baron can pop cards. Do stuff and they get popped.
Dinosaur players will really do absolutely everything in the book to a dragonic diagram, a dinosaur monster.
If it says destroy a baby, we're trying it.
All right.
Okay, so let me say something.
Okay.
If we have more than one miss, like I know it's copium, but if we ever got more than one miss, we just summon miss here and like another fall off.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be insane if we could summon Mist instead of over here. It'd be insane. Like
one of these days, maybe Konami will give us a second copy.
Konami, please. We're not doing anything.
You see this? I'm begging you. We weren't doing anything when you limited them. We're not doing anything now.
These are the lengths we have to go to with one miscellaneousaurus. Please,
Konami. We're summoning Ovi. Like, come on. We're playing Mathmech.
All right. So here
it's good though.
We got Pill for everybody's favorite conductor Bungus, and that brings back the giant Rex. And here, this is very cool because you can choose to do Dweller or the Dolka because this is 2 dino bodies.
Even IP, you know.
True.
So something to note here with the Pill target. If you
let's receive a factorial for like a minute, right?
Yeah.
This card is important.
Right.
Target up to 3 Mathmech monsters in your grave, and you revive them, and you overlay them each other to make one card called Mathmech Laplacian.
Yeah, you want to like hover over that and show what it does. It's
yeah, I'll hop
you've
over.
heard of Trishula. It's very similar to that.
It's a very fair card, let's say.
So I'll take this one. So Super Factorial is basically just like a quick XC summon trap card. So you can detach up to 3 materials from this. You have to do 3, and that's why you play the Sigma, is because you need the 3rd name. So Laplacian is you detach up to 3 materials. You're probably detaching 3 almost all the time. You send a random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. You send a monster they control to the graveyard, and a spell trap your opponent controls to the graveyard. So 3 sends on top of it being an Omni negate for the turn because of Mathmech Diameter, which gives the freaking Mathmech Xyz monster an Omni negate. So this trap card is 3 sends and an Omni.
Yeah. So one of the things that people like bring up against this deck, besides the fact that they didn't realize that we didn't use Sigma effect ever, is that they say that, oh, you just have like a sand, it doesn't do anything. No, it's a sand in an Omni. It's so good.
Yeah, the Omni
That is
catches a lot of
so
people
good.
off guard.
Yeah, no one expect the Omni because it's not on the card. It's on like a random level 4 we send to grave.
Right, exactly. I think people who like kind of people who know like the Mathmech matchup will be like, oh, okay, this is gonna have an Omni negate now. But like, I imagine sometimes people forget it because they're not expecting to see it in Dinosaur, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'll just pop over to the end of the board here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is Dolka.
It's
It can
weird.
also be Dweller, but Dolka is also just absolutely insane.
Okay, so this is let's say around 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. About 5
And then
disruption, I think.
with Super Factorial, in case of Dark Ruler, you want to go for Pank instead of Misclear. So if you get hit by that, you could Pank 3D for cross, get it off board. We have 3 zones.
Right.
We don't go for Conductor in this anymore.
Right.
Just to be safe.
Just as like an yeah,
So-
that is true as an updated theory thing.
Because like it's the trap's in there, so you don't lose the Dark Ruler. So it kind of defeats the purpose to make a board, so you would lose the Dark Ruler.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that's really cool about Mathmech I know is that you just have an answer Dark Ruler. It's not like a normal one, like just like a mediocre one. It's like a really good answer.
Yeah,
Like,
you
it's
get,
like a removal plus an Omni.
yeah,
Like Sply can just use a single one of this card.
because like
If you remove the
they
normal,
use a
then
Dark
you get
Ruler.
starter, right?
Like they're playing with 3 cards at that point. After you hit the monster, hit a card from hand, and they use Dark Ruler, then you have an Omni for one of their cards. So they're pretty much like, if they can't play with those last 2 cards, like you just win on turn 3 every time.
Yeah, and you're also not
They
dying.
Yeah, that's off 1 card. Like, because like Circular by itself is a live Super Factorial plus an IP.
Yeah, let's look
They're
at the circular one
just
card, right?
Circular. That's it. You get
Let's
both
look
of
at the
those
circular
up.
one card combo.
Yeah, and one
Let's look at the circular one card combo.
one interaction too with this board that I think people might miss is say like you get interrupted or whatever, and like one of these disruptions is gone. The elf can revive the Petit Pteranodon, which is why you get it in rotation early, and then that can turn into the Pankratops, assuming you don't draw it. But
Yeah.
being able to turn that into a disruption if you choose to end on the UCT is really cool. So
Yeah, that's for the Arclight build. That interaction's a lot more relevant because you could go for UCT in that since Arclight can tribute itself just like Paint can.
yep. So that is the combo. Tengu, thank you for coming up with this nonsense, and ReversaL, thank you for enabling it, because this is very cool, and I think this deck has a lot of potential. Before we get into
3 weeks
like
ago, we don't really have anything else beside the Baron. Like 2 weeks ago is when we don't have Elf or we don't have Devotee either. So we just Baron and Baron IP, I think. Which is
Right.
fine, but not that
Yeah, it was literally just every single day something was getting added.
I remember I was seeing the theory stuff. Okay, so
It's like,
before we
like
get
every day, it's like, oh, hey, I found a new combo. Guys want to
There's
see?
a lot of text in our DMs
Yeah.
about all this bullshit.
Okay, so before we
Yeah,
get
look at the
into
app, right?
before we get into the nitty gritty of the list, I'm also just going to show people the Arclight build, or the Arclight combo rather, just because those are kind of the two.
This
Okay,
is
let me-
for all
let me
you
preface this,
budget
right?
players out there.
Right. This is much.
Let
Yeah,
me
this is the much
pre-
cheaper option.
I have to preface
It's not really
this,
much worse.
For this Arclight build, let me preface this for like a moment. The combo is really hard because like the zone is very important.
All right. Yeah.
I'll say it more when we get there, but this is really
Right.
difficult.
I'll get to the standard Dino nonsense point. So we're doing the Linkuriboh here.
Oh, it's no longer a normal dino at this point.
Yeah. So we go petite. Yeah, this is the weird spot. Here, let me pause it in next play. So here you revive Archosaur. In ReversaL, you mentioned earlier that this is like very strange for Dinosaur combos.
Yeah, I've never done this before in my life. I've been playing this deck for over 2 years.
Yep. And then we go get Giant Rex, obviously, and this is where stuff gets strange. So, I mean, Alimbertion, we're here. We've seen this in the previous combo. We're adding Circular. You know what it is. Send the Sigma, so we're doing Circular effect here. You link off into the Devotee. Alimbertion tribute the Devotee. It's pretty much the same, except instead of the baby, it's the Arco. So bring back the Circular. We get our tokens. Linkuriboh, Alimbertion, off into Wicked. So this is why the zones matter, I think, at least for the first
Yeah,
bit
yeah.
is because the Archosaur has to be pointing to the Wicked. All right. And the Karibo. This interaction is so funny. I hate that this works, but it's so good.
Okay, but here's the reason why you need the Archosaur. You need a level 1 on board for the Arcline.
Right. Yep. All right.
So that's why you need to summary by the Archosaur. You need
Yeah.
a level 2 for Baron, and you need a level 1 for Arcline.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
you see, like, it's like you change the extra deck monster and you change the combo.
Yep. Very cool. All right. So we do when he plays the inverted, same thing, and you do have to do this in such a way that there is an open zone for inverted to special something too. So that's something to keep in mind.
Okay, now summon the very good card.
A very good card. Yep. And we're remembering to activate the circular this time to get the super factorial. So there's a visual for those who need it.
A
So
very good card.
it is. So here's Halky Vibrax. We'll see how long we get to play with this card for. But this is
Dan, the Baron build doesn't care. That's
Yep.
a good thing.
that is something to keep in mind for sure.
The Baron build can just switch to Savage if you like,
Yeah.
you know.
So here you can just
Yeah.
summon like any level 3 hand trap. Right? I think this build was on Ogre for a bit. And then
Yeah, Ogre's just the
Anything,
cheapest
really.
one. That's like good, but generally it'd be an Ash.
makes sense.
Also a good card. Arcline,
Yeah.
also a very good card.
Yeah, Herald is cool. Herald will be a lot
It's insane.
cooler against like tier element if that becomes like the top deck.
Like
Because
if you end on this board against Terra Element, you cannot lose.
yep.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because you
Like,
summon Dweller.
They're not stopping the Dweller. Like, Dweller alone is enough.
Yep.
Untargeted Dweller, by the way. Untargeted Dweller, by
Well,
the way.
and the cool thing about this board is that this board deals with this board stops because of how the Dweller and the Super Factorial work. This board stops Droplet and Dark Ruler. Because
Care
of
about either one.
because Herald, Herald prevents the monsters from being sent from the hand in the standby phase. Just so sick. Yeah. So this board is Super Factorial, Abyss Dweller, UCT, and you can use the Elf Revive to get Petit for Pank if you want here, and then
Yeah.
and then Macro plus Omni. This is nuts.
This is probably the most like unbreakable board the deck can make, but
Yep.
the
So-
Baron build just offers a little more like flexibility, and turn 3 it's a
the
lot
Baron is
better.
fun.
That's what I was gonna say. It looks like if
Okay, so what
But
I'm
this
saying is that
this isn't much worse though, honestly.
I think the Baron build is better against Sprite,
Mhm.
and the Arc build is better against Tier. So.
right, and right now there's a lot of Sprite, so I think it makes the Baron build at a high level competitive makes the most sense. But
The Arc build also doesn't play $100 card.
yeah, exactly. As Joseph Rothschild would like to say.
There's another
I
$100 card we
spent
gotta talk about at some
$100.
point.
Right. So we'll move into the list now. So we'll stick because you guys think it's better. We'll start with there is a budget list, but we'll start with the Baron list.
Yeah.
So I'll hop over here. So this is we'll walk through this real quick. So the Dino engine, pretty standard. Sadly, one misc. We got the Pank. The only strange thing is the one UCT. Do you guys want to explain why we're on one instead of two?
Okay, so one of the things about 1 UCT is that you peel for Pine in this, right? So you technically always have a UCT for follow-up. You need to. Because usually you peel for UCT and it's like, oh, well, if you play one, you don't really have another, right?
Right.
But in order to peel for Pine, so, technically you don't have to play two, but, two is very good. So I think it's more of a preference.
Yeah, like I've found
Okay.
hard drawing it to be very good sometimes too, especially against Blight. But I mean, it's
you can
it's
totally
personal
push for
preference.
43.
Yeah.
So the thing about over 40 in this build is that circular is like too good. So you
Yeah,
play.
'cause At
So you
first,
technically
it
you play
was like
5 copies.
Prosperity versus Small World versus Signet Mining, and then this ended up just because you need to see 3-card combos for this deck to actually be competitive.
Right.
Otherwise, you could just lose to one hand trap.
Mhm.
So you want to be seeing like the Dino combo 3 cards or the Mathmech plus combo, whatever, and having 5 consistency cards helped that a lot. Because I don't have Prosperity right now when I'm playing in real life, and that card is, I don't like to say it, but it's pretty much mandatory if you want this deck to be competitive, unfortunately. But this deck can get away
Oh,
with not having it more than like Scraps, for example, did
Got it.
at least.
okay.
But it's,
I will say that this
that
deck
card is
can
very
just
good.
play mining. Like it can just play mining, and it will do really well. For like a local regional level, right? If you want to do something higher, you have to have prosperity.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Good to know for the people. Okay, so then 3 circular, obviously. 1 sigma, 1 diameter. Sigma is just for the, it'll be in the document. I won't go over it here, but it's just for
Okay,
like
so
a...
Sigma is interesting. Sigma is very useful for the one card combo,
Yeah.
the backup circular line, and if you got negated on OV,
Right.
it's an extender with OV or Rex. Yes, I done it before. I normal Rex and then I summon Sigma and
That's
it's a full
funny.
combo.
I haven't had that come up yet. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
I
bricks
normal
actually do
miss
stuff.
first.
That's what's good about
So
this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like a combo where I normal miss and make Alam and then miss for Arco and still have UCT in the world. It's so weird. This build has so many weird lines.
Very
Even
funny.
drawing
But you just
diameter
do on the
sometimes
fly.
is really nice. Like you can get there's some safe lines when you draw diameter, depending
Diameter
on what
is
your hand
useful
is.
in there's a line where you play circular, diameter, and baby. That's a combo, by the
Yeah.
way. That's a combo that you make on Minigate, by the way.
That-
We
That's
get to
the
that.
I won't show that to
We
the
will
people,
get to
but that line is nuts. Anyway,
yeah,
so
it's in the document.
we've got the extendo, we got the Dark Loop playthrough, the factorial, we went through this. Called by the Grave, it's nuts.
I think Macau by the Grave should be banned.
Probably.
I second that.
Terraforming, Mystic Mine, Triple Lost World. Lost World is
That
really
also
good.
need to be banned, by the way. I think mine should also need to be
Yeah.
banned. So
I
Yeah.
personally don't play this card, but it's too good to not play. I think if you're trying to like be in a competitive environment, like
I
if you want to
hate
be
the
that
fact
guy,
it's too good.
Right.
I hate the fact it's too
it,
good.
the card just auto wins too much. Like
Yeah, I hate
versus
the fact
their
that
element, it's
just drop it
insane.
down when you win. Sometimes it's so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, so this is optional for sure. Like the terraforming probably is still really good just because Lost World's insane. And
I would,
OV Lost World being combo
'Cause
means
those were dark rulers before. We had dark ruler and but then it's like terraforming is like a consistency card on top of it's taking up one less slot.
yeah, that makes
if
sense.
you don't
like-
want to play mine, I would just play another UCT, right?
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
you could just do that.
Another card with like
Terraforming is probably cuttable if you take out mine too. I don't really think it's that great, but it's still good.
so you could play
Also
40
underrated
if you
card.
cut those.
Yeah, I think if you
Also
play
pretty good.
prosperity, you could definitely cut it for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sick.
yeah.
All right, Fossil Dig, we know, 2 pill, standard. 2 Signet Mining, 3 Prosperity. I know we went over this a little bit before, but this is like
Yeah.
consistency lineup. This is cool because it gets circular. It's cool because this becomes like an extender or like protection if you want to go get diameter for the protected lines.
I know people like get really like scared when they see over 40, but I like adding 2 mining to this like just
No, it
give you so many consistency because like circular is a 1 card combo, right? It's like you play 60 card and you technically play 60, but you have like 15 way to get your 1 card combo.
It also
So
gives
it's
you
kinda like that.
it also gives you like 8 side slots going second.
mhm.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you just side out all the Mathmech stuff and then you side out the 2 like Signets.
Go second, you can just side out everything and just play pool go
Yeah, we
second.
set out all the Mathmech stuff for
Yep.
go second.
Exactly.
But like
And go second Dino actually have a new combo, by the way.
because of
Yeah.
this freaking card.
I think
Like-
we should. I think we should show that. I think we should show that. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be
with
worth it for
this,
sure.
with the 3 prosperity, 2 mining, we were on 43 at one point because of driver, and I did 200 test hands just to see what that would look like,
Mhm.
and it ended up being I think about 66% was like a 3 card combo, which is pretty good I think.
It's like
like-
90% like consistency. Like you just
Yeah, it bricked
Combo?
15 times in 200 hands, which isn't bad
Mhm.
for Dino standards especially.
Just fair enough. Yeah, Bam is cursing. For those who don't know, Bam,
Yeah, shout out Bam.
notorious
The
for
driver
drawing
specialist.
driver.
I don't know. I think driver is like a curse card. Like I open it like 30% of my game.
Well, you simply have to play Survival's End, and then driver is broken. Anyway, so the hand trap lineup mostly doesn't matter. The relevant thing is that you have to have
Yeah.
a level 3 tuner if you're playing the
Oh,
Arclight
yeah.
build. But for this build, it
I think
doesn't.
Bell is really good.
Yeah.
I think that's like really good. It's quite a bit of thing, and the best thing about it is like protecting the control.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've been getting crowed nonstop for the last week or so. Shout out to my
ReversaL,
boy.
your logo is like you have like 20 sprite gamer today, so it's like
Yep.
Yeah, I just tested with my boy up the street, and he's on Splay now, so I played mostly against that.
Got it.
I think this
And
deck do
yeah,
pretty well against sprite. So if you looking
it does.
to
Cool.
I think if I had prosperity, it'd be a lot better. So I wouldn't lose the one hand trap as much, but it is what it is sometimes. When you get
Side.
to play
eh,
it, it wins.
Right. Okay. So side is mostly whatever. I would say Dark Ruler, Gamma, and Crow are just really strong this format. So those are definitely like not super expensive and super worth considering.
Yeah.
D-Bear is pretty good. Storm can be anything. I might personally prefer like
anti-spell, you know.
I might personally
We love floodgate.
prefer quick play removal just because of anti-spell. Not like it's a super relevant
Yeah.
against this deck, but
Oh
Storm
yeah,
also
we
is
love
crazy.
floodgate, right?
Yeah.
We love floodgate.
So
Yeah, that's optional.
the funny thing about the extra deck here is there's not actually there. This is really tight. Like the flex spots are like Dugares, Pentastag, and like, access code isn't even really a flex. Like
Okay, so here what
Access
I say.
code's really nice for OTKing, and it's nice versus controlled like trap decks to summon off IP, which is pretty broken.
So beside the Cybers thing, it's technically optional, but it's not. Like it's very fine tuned, is what I mean, right?
right.
Like you play all the cards you need to play.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Pentastag can be very relevant game one when if you go second and you still have the Mathmech cards in, because Circular has a restriction. We can only attack for one thing.
The restriction. I have the quote unquote restriction.
Well, when you're going second, it comes up because this isn't like pure math where you could go access code 53, you can attack twice. We have Conductor, but at first we cut Pentastag because of space, but then it's like it can come up in that especially.
Right. That actually makes a lot of sense because
Nugaras can come up because we have like stuff like Cyber's Arrival, Psychic End Punisher, stuff like that, where you just need to get Conductor real big to get over them.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just make a 10-600 access code.
Yep, yeah. I've done that in Fluffle a lot too. I love Dugares; it's so funny. But that is true. That actually is like a relevant reason to be playing the Dugares because of the circular restriction.
I don't think anything's like cuttable at this point. Like this extra deck's been fine tuned.
Yep.
The flex spot is technically Baron, right? You can play something else.
Yeah, I guess it is. That's funny.
You can play something else.
You could play Savage. It's a lot worse, but if you know, $30 for $100.
Renew the combo.
Yeah. Okay, so just to go over the difference here, I've got the Arclight list as well. So the extra deck differences are basically you cut the Pentastag and the Baron for Hulk and the Arclight.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's the only difference.
And then this is the budget list. And honestly,
so
this is like...
Oh, it's so clean.
This is kind of legit. Like, you're going to have...
I'm not
run into
sure
problems.
how I feel about 3 mining, just because that's what I've been going back and forth with 2 and 3, like, with my list.
Right.
Because I'm playing, like, Baron without Prosperity, and, like, I don't know, I feel like when I've had it at 3, it's been kind of cloggy with the Mathmechs.
Right. That makes sense.
So, like, I might keep that at 2, but that's something to play around with.
Well, I think you guys mathed this out for like $120 from scratch, and if you already have the
Dino
stuff,
you had nothing. It was around that. The stuff went up a little bit since then, but
right,
the Mathmech buyouts.
You already had the Dino. It's like 60. I think Terry bought like everything for like 60, right? Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, so that's this is Mathmech Dinosaur. I think this deck has a lot of potential. I'll definitely be doing lots of testing on it and playing it. I am just happy to play Dinosaur again. It's been a long time since I felt like I could at some kind of like competitive level, but this really feels like this is not like the best deck of the format by any means, but this definitely feels like it's got some legs. I've had a ton of fun playing it. Do you guys have anything else like that you think is important to mention?
Yeah, scraps are terrible.
Okay, so
you play scraps and you're not playing the FDK, stop playing dinosaurs.
Okay, so one of the things people like really doesn't understand is scrap is like really bad. It's not bad in terms of like combo potential. It's bad because it doesn't really provide anything that Dino doesn't have, right?
It doesn't.
Yep. I
Oh
completely
yeah,
agree.
I think I. Okay, let me post one more combo.
Oh,
Is
got
the
it.
go second combo?
Right.
I think
Oh,
Oh yeah,
it's pretty.
that's important to show because when
right.
you don't have the Mathmech in your deck anymore at that point.
I send.
Yep. I will pull up the replay right now.
This is point number 14. Why Sprite Elf is broken.
Yeah. So this is nuts because this isn't even Mathmech stuff. This is just 2-card Dino combo with Sprite Elf.
You could literally just play this and like a bunch of hand traps as a go first deck, and it would function fine.
This is like, this is crazy because
Like this is brickless.
I think
quote unquote brickless.
before we
Still
started
Dino,
recording, Tengu mentioned that this was like before we were ending on Secure Gardna, Dolka UCT, which is like a good, but it's 3
It dies to
disruptions.
breath.
terrible
It dies
versus
to
the
breath.
Brave Engine.
Yes.
Terrible.
Yep. Exactly.
It can't even
solve
target
that.
us anymore.
They can't target anything.
So all the Dino people are familiar with this, but so IP
Yeah,
here
this is
early
where
is
it
funny.
gets interesting.
Yep.
You're like, whoa, what is that doing?
So we link off IP into Elf, and then you
Elf
pill out
can bring
here.
back like twos because why not?
Oh, that's so sick. You just wait for your opponent to summon anything, and then you get the IP.
Yeah.
That's.
And you're gonna bring back a petite right here, which you could
Oh
pop to get
my
there.
god. It is so.
And your Dolka and your Conductor can't be targeted
The whole.
because they're, like,
Oh my god.
Fuck Brave. Fuck
They.
Brave.
with
I don't care.
no additional bricks. Like this is where we're at now. Like this is pretty cool.
This is beautiful. I mean, Tengu explained this to me before we started recording, but I didn't even consider this. As somebody who has been on Dino for ages, this is just beautiful. It is crazy that Elf just straight up adds 2 disrupts to the board.
Yeah. So there's the,
You
I
can
don't know
just
if
do
anyone's
this.
heard of them. They're G golems that are coming out in a few months.
Right.
That they were supposed to be out, but they got delayed.
Mhm.
This is what they were those cards were supposed to do. It let us add an Appaloosa to the rank 4 Conductor.
Mhm.
So yeah, Elf just does that just a lot better.
That's
Better
a lot
than
of protection,
Appaloosa.
right?
And this gets follow up, which is really important.
Just unbelievable. Well, anything else, you guys, that we've missed here while we're all convened?
Not really.
All
I
right.
think we cover a bit, right? We can show.
You show the
let's show
diameter
the,
baby circular
the
combo. at the end of
diameter.
actually-
the
Oh,
slice.
that's so good.
That combo's funny. Okay.
so good.
We'll do this for the people. It's in the document, yeah?
This is the last one. It's so good.
This actually
It's the
this
very
combo
last
doesn't
one?
come up much, but I actually
No,
drew
no.
it in the first
circular
actual
diameter
hand I
baby.
had, but I didn't see the line at the time.
I
'Cause
have
I was just freestyling at that point still.
right. I have not actually done this combo either, so this will be fascinating.
I've done
to
it a
see.
few times. It's
'Cause I was-
really good.
Because I was kind of going through my matches with Tengu afterwards, and he was like, "Yo, you drew the combo.
And you were
Didn't do it?" I'm like, "Damn."
yeah, we drew the combo. What combo? What are you talking about? Oh no, don't worry. Watch this. Circular here.
That's what happens when you
Normal-
try to freestyle a deck.
The normal diameter
Miss
revive.
stuff.
So we add the super factorial here. Okay. And then
Yeah, this
we add
awesome.
Misk. Oh my god.
You add Misk, and that's an
I let
omni
him
because
an
you use
omni, by the way.
diameter. Yeah.
It's
I let him
Dolka.
on it.
It's
Now you
Dolka.
You have an omni negated Dino combo now.
That is. Oh my god. Well, we don't have our normal anymore, but who cares? We
You don't need it.
Oh, it
You got-
doesn't matter.
don't need
It
it.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Yeah, we send Giant
Uh-oh.
Rex. You link these two into IP,
Okay,
and
reason 15 YF is broken.
Yep. The list
This
keeps
is-
getting longer.
so nuts. And you make Elf. And you use the
Oh,
OV
oh,
effect
Yeah.
here.
Oh, we haven't used it like that.
Haven't used Ovi's effect yet, by the way.
Oh my god. That is. And you have the Elf can revive the IP, and you've got the super
Yeah.
factorial. Wow. That is something else. Uh, Jesus Christ. I was watching that and I was just thinking, wait, we already used Rex effect. So how are we getting the
Yeah.
rank for it? And I was like, oh, we haven't activated Oviraptor. That's
And
fine.
again with this, like instead of conductor, go for Pank so you don't lose the Dark Ruler.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, but the Baron, the Arclight build tree, this tree is different, by the way.
Yeah.
And look at the Arclight one; it's a lot funnier, by the way.
Oh, is there an Arclight one? Okay, we'll do that. We'll
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that. We'll do that Arclight one for the
Above,
people. Yep.
Did I add it in there?
Circular diameter, baby. Yep. Here
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I
that
did
one.
add it. Okay.
Okay. Let's do it. We are bringing the people content because I am too entertained to not keep watching these replays.
Oh,
This
this is
build
so
is
fun.
really cool.
All right.
All the combos is really fun, especially
these
the
are-
one against hand trap.
I think all of these
The one, yeah,
Yeah, we'll save
I
the.
think the one against hand trap are really cool.
We'll let the people who want to dive like really deep into this look at the hand trap ones themselves. But these are really funny, so I think getting some reactions to them will be good. Okay, so this starts
It's
off the
just
same
good
as
to
the
show
other.
that the Mathmechs aren't bricks, like the additional Mathmechs aren't
Right,
full
yeah.
blown bricks. Like they make your combos safer. They can be extenders.
The fact that diameter can offer protection is really really sick.
Yeah.
All right, so
So funny.
same as before. We're doing the sauce. Misc effects, and again, Alimbertion has an Omni negate, so this is all protected. We got Ovi. We know how it is. Send Giant Rex. Linkaribo. Alimbertion
Oh,
tribute
this is
to
really fun.
Linkaribo. Sun in the diameter. Okay. So we pill here. Alright, banish Slicker and Kribo. We get Giant Rex. Alright. Halka Fibrax. Okay. Summon the Ochre.
Oh, you don't believe what's going on here.
Alimbertion Halk into Elf. Elf revive baby. Oh, we dropped the baby.
You know where this is going? We're bringing back
Bring
something.
back Arvisaur. Oh my god. And there's the Herald.
Make Arclight, by the way.
Wow.
Ima-
And there's the
imagine
rank
if that
for.
Obi was the Misk. Just imagine.
Come on, Konami. Wow. That is unbelievable. You heard it here, folks. Circular diameter and baby Cerosaurus is the most broken combo in the game. Jesus. All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good showcase.
Yeah, I think that's a.
Tengu, ReversaL, thank you two so much for coming on. This was a total blast, and it's been super fun to learn more about this monstrosity that you put together. Tengu, anybody you want to shout out, or anything you want to plug?
Okay, shout out to ReversaL for hearing my insane rambling every day. Shout out to Frenda. He have been grinding every day, just like playing this deck. It was really fun. And shout out for everyone who actually trying out the deck and realize this isn't like a cope. I see people like seeing this like, oh, this is like a cope deck. Like it's no way this thing works. No, it works. It works really well.
All right.
Yeah, thanks for everyone who giving this a chance. Thank you to Skyhawk who let us come on here and just talk about this deck. And I think that's it.
Yeah. Well, you
Also,
know.
Scrap is back.
ReversaL, any shout outs for you?
Yeah, like this build isn't copium. If it was, I wouldn't be entertaining it. Just trust me on that. Shout out to Tengu for coming up with all these combos pretty much by himself. Shout out to the Dino Cord. Hopefully, people in there, people who see this, give this list a try. I think it's good. And shout out to my testing group. And yeah,
Very nice. I will leave a link to the Dino Discord in the description, and I will also link to the guide that Tengu and ReversaL have made to playing this. They've got lists and a bunch of combos, and including combos playing through hand traps, along with kind of an explanation of why you could be playing this. Definitely go join the Dino Discord. There's people talking about this in the Mathmech Dino channel there. Lots of amazing minds in that server. There always have been. That's all we got. So I am Giant Skyhawk signing out, and we'll see you guys in the next one.